ready?
All right, we're back with the YNK podcast with another episode. Mike is still in Utah on the largest bender in human history. In recent news, our host Huey Mack got demoted for last week's profanity, which we'll get into. Huey, would you like to please introduce our new host?
Hi.
You got demoted.
We have a much more qualified host this week. Her name is Christine Leahy, host of...
Yeah, I'm not currently a host of anything.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's
previous
okay,
host
though.
of American Ninja Warrior.
Yes.
You were on...
Fox Sports.
Fox Sports.
Yes.
Fair Game.
Fair Game.
With Christine Leahy.
With me.
Much more qualified than me.
Yeah, and what are your credentials?
Absolutely not.
Do you want to hear how Joey got fired?
Yeah, what did he do? What did he do?
He went on air last week and said he would blow another guy.
Why?
There's context to it. We were playing Would
Was
You
there
Rather.
though?
What was the would you rather?
Would you rather make out with a guy or give him a blowjob?
And you chose.
In his defense, I said it was give a guy a blowjob that has no top half, so you don't have to look him in the eye. It makes a
Just for
difference.
the record, we can cut any of this.
No.
Okay.
I'm just thinking about that.
Yeah, let it sink in.
I'm still. That's.
It's just less intimate. I stand by what I said.
If you blow a guy with no head, does it make it less personal? I think it does.
Yeah.
Makes it less intimate.
Yeah, it's less intimate. It's just like a thing.
There's so many layers to that.
There are. It's very,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, hell of an intro. Let's.
Now that we have your attention.
we're cruising. We're off to the races. I want to start with you went to Boston University.
Should we
yeah?
explain why I'm holding a dog?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
She's just gonna chill.
Yeah,
All
of
right,
course.
Oh, no, they have dogs.
Yes, I
all
went
the
to
time.
Boston
I went
University.
to Boston University. I actually grew up in Boston.
Where?
Braintree, Massachusetts, end of the Red Line.
I have been to Braintree. I don't remember if I took the red line there though.
What did you do in Braintree?
I think I used to work for Fox Sports and they had these Friday high school football things. So I probably was covering a high school football game
Wow,
there. Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Boston's cool. All right.
Yeah.
I think she wants to go to you.
Come here.
I have a lot of friends that went to BU.
Oh yeah, that's where I went.
Yeah, and
Do you like them?
yeah, of course, and of course I like them, and then you went to work for the Boston Celtics. Yeah?
I did. Are you a Celtics fan?
I mean, I'm from Boston.
Yeah. Well, I'm just making sure because some people move here and they change allegiances real fast.
Yeah. Well, let's start from the beginning. You're from Chicago,
Yes.
so you're a Chicago sports fan, I presume.
Yes, I was a Bulls fan
Yeah.
growing up. We were not Blackhawks fans because we couldn't watch any games. Cubs, kind of. What else is there
Agree
that I'm
with that.
missing? The Bears. We were never Bears fans. We grew up Broncos fans.
So you get out of college at BU. You work at WEEI, right?
Yeah, you did your research.
Yes, that's
Wikipedia, baby.
But yeah, if you're from Boston, everyone knows WEEI.
Yeah.
What were you doing at that station?
So I was working there when I was in college, but they had this show that they wanted to start. It was like it was the first of those online components that now everybody has.
Yeah.
So I hosted a show called The Five, and it was the 5 best articles to read on the website that day, and I would kind of break them down
So you got to host your own show on Boston Sports Radio right out of college.
in college.
In college.
In college.
Yeah, I was still in college.
Man, that's
it was
the
the
dream.
last semester of school.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was lucky.
And you were there for a few years before you went to the Celtics?
No. So I went, if you need to
No.
pass her off,
I know how she
She's-
works. She'll calm down. Me and her have a
just gotta
connection.
give her the right petting.
Yeah, look at that. There we go.
She humps now, watch out.
Okay. Rename
I
it
actually
Olivia.
worked for the Celtics at the same time. So I studied abroad in LA while I was in college
Why'd you put that in air quotes?
because that's not abroad. That's in the same
got it.
country.
Yep.
So I was working or interning for the network that had the Lakers rights at the time. So I was going on camera with the Lakers, and then the Celtics saw what I was doing with them. And then when I got a part-time job with WEI, that meant I was staying in Boston. So they asked if I would be interested in working with them. So I actually started them both about the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, the guys in Boston must have loved you, huh?
Which guys?
The Boston sports fans.
Oh, I think they did. I mean, I talked about sports, so that's usually a good way in.
How would you compare Chicago sports fans to Boston sports fans?
That's a good question. Usually I answer it's like Boston compared to LA. I think, okay, I'm going to say this and it's going to sound mean, but it's not mean.
Here we go.
I think Chicago fans are much nicer.
Oh, for sure.
Like Boston fans are not nice.
Yeah.
But I respect
facts.
it. I respect it because they really, really care and they know what they're talking about.
New
and
York
if you
fans
mess
are worse
up-
than us.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God.
So Chicago fans care about sports, but they're like, let's have a beer. You know, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And Boston, it's like you're out. If you don't know what's up, you're out. So
How do you feel about the new NBA schedule dropping? That just released today, I think. Didn't
Oh,
it?
did it come out?
Yeah.
Did it?
I think this whole thing is fascinating.
It is, right?
There's no chance in the world that those players are going to adhere to the rules of the bubble.
No chance.
You know what I mean? Like no chance
Yeah.
is that happening. So it's going to be interesting. Also, what is 16 of them tested positive for corona? Less than I thought would have. Not because they're NBA players, but just because like in the population, I would think there's
Yeah.
just more. So, you know, if one of them gets sick, that really could throw a wrench in the schedule.
I know.
So I'm really just fascinated to watch the whole thing.
I feel bad that only 22 teams are playing.
Oh, no. I talked to the guys, some of the guys on the other teams that aren't involved, and they're thrilled.
Why-
because
why are
they're
they
like,
thrilled?
why would we go play for a little bit
If
and
they have
go
no
and live in
chance.
this bubble if we have no chance?
Yeah, I would think they would just want to play, but I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, these guys really enjoy their time off.
No, that's
and
true.
their bodies, they've
Yeah.
got to heal their bodies. And if the team is just no chance, it's kind of not fun to lose all the time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they'd rather just sit it out, wait to regroup,
Yep.
and then go back into it.
Okay.
Especially if they have to leave their families and stuff. Mm-hmm. That sucks.
I see. I hear that. But yeah, they're going to be doing it in Orlando, like 7 games a day. I think it's
Like
pretty.
March Madness.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Have you
stuff.
looked at like their day schedule to stay in like the bubble?
No.
No, I've heard it's crazy.
I forget what it is, but it's insane. We could look it up. It's,
Yeah,
I want to know.
look it up. You got demoted to research.
He's on research now.
you know what?
So what?
I stand by what I
While
said.
he's looking that up, what type of stuff were you doing for the Celtics when you worked for them?
So the first year I was like their in-arena host. So I would host like at halftime when fans would play games, I would do that, or trivia at timeouts. And then I would interview a player on the Jumbotron at the end of the game.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then the second year I was their official team reporter. So like all of their
And what
in-house
years
content.
was this?
It was 2009, 10, 11, 12.
That was an exciting time for the Celtics too.
Yeah, Shaq was there, Perk, KG, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, Rondo. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Delonte West.
I would say like the my favorite thing ever is like
Courtside Celtics?
handful of times.
I mean, just like drop that real fast.
it's only because
oh, no way.
So
the
like,
guy he's the GM of the Red Claws now, or the Red, not Red Claws. Is it Red Claws?
he's got a son that's like really young.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how old he is now.
Wait,
but
that's how you guys got the courtside tickets all the time?
I think so. I don't know.
Yeah, it is fun. I just did it last
But
October.
I've
It's
been
great.
I've been a handful of times, and it's like it is as awesome as it looks.
It's I miss it a lot. That was probably my favorite job.
Yeah. And did you get to travel with the team?
I did.
What was that like?
It was interesting.
Do tell.
You know I had to sign a contract. It's like a non-disclosure when you travel and you work with a team.
Yeah.
But I mean, you fly with the team. It's cool because it's a chartered plane, which is much easier than going through the regular terminals and
Yeah.
your luggage is all just in and out. They would play games on the plane.
What type of games?
Games.
Is this what the guy who like wrote the book about Jordan?
Jordan Rules, Sam Smith.
Was he like he was doing that too, right? Just traveling with the team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was at the time. They don't do that really anymore. The reporters don't travel with the team. And then you would stay at really great hotels in all these cities. And I remember there was one day I was just like going up to my room and KG got in the elevator because he was going to his room and it was just like, whoa.
I got the Garnett jersey upstairs.
He's one of my favorites, but yeah, it's just like if I would go to the gym in the middle of the day and I would just see like Rondo working out.
Yeah.
Or I was at the pool and Ray Allen was there. It's just like,
That's such a cool time for Boston sports.
It was really cool. It was really cool, but I loved them. So I cried when they lost in, was it 2011 or 10? 2010.
Around there, yeah.
Yeah.
Man, sad
Still
times.
hurt, John?
Yeah, I was just reminded of a sad time. Any of the players hit on you?
Yeah.
Yeah? Pretty frequently?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a funny story about that.
Please tell me.
I shot like a...
Were they hit on you?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I shot a short film in New York City probably like 4 or 5 years ago with Jiggy. And at the time, my partner who I was doing the project with, he worked at the... what's the name of that hotel? The Ritz-Carlton in Central Park South in Manhattan.
Oh, it's the best Ritz.
Yeah, it's best.
Yeah.
So...
I sound like a
our
huge
short
brat by
our
saying
short
that,
film's
by the way.
about
I mean, it is.
Our short film's about a hotel, of people who work at a hotel.
Okay.
So he got us the ability to shoot at the Ritz-Carlton, Central Park, South Manhattan for nothing.
Cool.
All we needed was like a big insurance policy, which costs like, kind of a lot, but we got the location for free. But the stipulation is we had to shoot from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Oh, I feel like I know where this is going.
So I'm just psyched we get to shoot there. And, it's a pretty decent sized crew, probably like 15, 20 people. And while we're shooting in the lobby, I think it's going to be dead down there. And we can't really get other people in the shots because we weren't allowed to. And it just was part of the rules. Mm-hmm. And we're shooting down there. All of a sudden, the Boston Celtics walk into the hotel.
No way. You didn't time this on purpose? I feel like you're lying.
It seems like something I would do.
Yeah.
But in fact, it was actually very distracting.
This was a hotel pilot that you shot.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember
Yeah.
that.
So we were like we had a lot riding on this because like we put tons of planning into it, like a lot of money into it.
Okay.
And we think we're gonna have like fair run of the lobby of the Ritz-Carlton.
And here comes the Celtics to ruin your party.
Celtics. Not only that, but like they're like playing poker downstairs all night in the lobby. Like so we're trying to shoot around them the whole time. Meanwhile, like in between.
Wait, they were in the lobby?
Yeah.
What year was this?
This was like 2015, 2016, something like that.
That would not happen these days.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They don't want to be open about that.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead.
And in between shots, they're hitting on all my actresses.
Which ones?
I don't want to name names. Now, honestly, I don't really remember, so I don't want to name names.
You remember.
I will name a name in a second, but it'll be.
Did any of the actresses, like, were they into it?
They didn't know who they were at first, and
Okay.
I'm like, you know, those are the Boston Celtics, right? And they're like, really? I'm like, I mean, they're actresses. I guess they're not sports fans or whatever, but that's kind of a blanket statement, but whatever. But yeah, anyways, at the end of the shoot, we finally get it done. I'm like going up to our staging area in one of the rooms upstairs. I get in the elevator. Who's standing next to me? Brian Scalabrine.
No way. I love
the
Scal.
Literally a god amongst men in Boston.
Oh, Scal, yeah.
Everyone loves the Scal pal. First time I've ever been speechless.
You know he's making a marinara sauce these days? Just like a fun fact.
That's incredible.
What do you mean?
I
Need more details.
Exactly that. He's making a marinara sauce. That's that. I hope I was.
Folks, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
Hold on, we'll see if the
Scalabrine's
internet.
Yeah, does the internet know yet?
He tweeted it.
Okay, yeah. I told you. He's very passionate.
Hold on, there's more.
Read it out. Read it out.
Now you can enjoy my secret recipe and key to all of my success. Today is the release of my signature Scal's Big Red Pasta Sauce. So get it done in life and pick up a bottle today. And there's a picture.
I mean, you'd buy that,
I'm
wouldn't
literally-
you?
I would absolutely, if I saw that in the store, I'd buy it in a
I'm
heartbeat.
ordering it right now. Hey, Alexa, order me some Brian Scalabrine.
Marinara sauce.
Yeah. Alexa, I was kidding. Shut up. Alexa, shut up. No, she won't shut up. So anyways, that's fascinating.
Yeah, fun fact.
Did you ever get that schedule?
Oh, yeah, I got
Yeah.
it. All right. So let's see what we got here. 1:30, and then they just get to be in the hotel from 1:30 to 4:30. Teams have pregame transportation to Wide World of Sports, At 5 o'clock to 6:15, they have court access for warm-up. 6:15 to 6:40, they have a pregame meeting. 6:40 to 7, both teams have pregame warm-ups. 7 to 10, both teams blow off pregame introductions. And then 9:40 to 9:50, they have a post-game team meeting. 9:50 to 10:20, post-game media availability. And then they're stuck back in their hotels.
Wow.
Sounds like summer camp.
Yeah, it really does sound like a summer
So are
camp.
they just going to be like celibate the whole time? I didn't see banging in that schedule. 9:40 to 9:55, get some ass.
They got to be in the bubble. They can't have any visitors.
I thought it's bad for athletes to do that anyways.
That's a myth.
Is that a myth?
Well, I don't know. I'm not an athlete myself.
Yeah,
but, I've heard it's not
is that a
true.
myth? I heard it takes your energy away, but
Does it take your energy away?
no.
I just know in one
But
of
I
my-
don't run.
Wait, that's actually, so they're going to be celibate for like, no way, but for 2 months? No.
No, they're sneaking out of there, and then somebody's gonna get it.
Or they're
and then
sneaking someone in.
They're gonna find
That's
some
true.
film shoot to go fuck some.
It's gonna be
actresses.
like 1 weekend, and the whole thing is just gonna be washed because everybody's.
Well,
gonna
that's
get
what I wonder. It's like, there's no way they're going to stay completely quarantined, even if it's not for that, but like to go out and just like be a person, you know?
Yeah,
So then one of them gets coronavirus, then what happens?
yeah. Then they're all screwed.
Right.
Yeah, I hope all
Or
is
like
well.
the game shuts down. I mean, I hope so too, but
Yeah,
that's rough. I think
And-
I heard they were getting like, it's every day they get tested.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it hurts. Have you had it?
Wait, what kind of test did you get?
Oh no, so you
The
you
nose.
You,
Oh, I got
you,
the mouth.
You guys have both been tested
wish I
for
had
corona.
that.
I've never been tested before. I think I'm fine, but
Oh, great.
so you got the nose one.
Yes, it hurts so
I thought that
bad.
was
There's
like
a finger,
I
too?
thought that was like a joke. They literally stick like a huge Q-tip
No,
up your nose,
I wouldn't even call it a Q-tip. It's a straight up like a skewer.
like a metal rod.
It's like a Q-tip, but like a skewer, like if you're making a kebab.
Wow.
And they put it all the way up to like your brain, and then they spin it around and
What,
get
what does it feel like?
awful.
I basically just had to.
The
go like
doctor
that.
straight up told me, he goes, "You need to sit on your hands when I do this. It'll make it better."
That statement would just make it worse for me.
I know. And then they did it in both nostrils.
I still have to have the doctor like make fake conversation when they give me a shot in my arm.
Yeah, same.
know?
I look the other way.
I'm like, just talk to me about something. Talk to me about anything.
It hurts, but I'm glad I did it.
And then Huey, what test did you get? Them?
I basically just had to put a Q-tip in my mouth.
Oh, you did the self one.
No. Oh yeah, the drive-through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've heard that those aren't maybe as accurate.
Uh-oh, Joey.
So I'm sitting. Okay, great.
I got tested.
It's a cesspool in this room.
Yeah, something tells me this room hasn't been sanitized.
It's all right.
It's not that bad.
Daisy.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so I kind of wanted to, before we get off you,
Okay.
I wanted to talk. Did you just laugh?
No.
Get a grip. Well, I just want to know like what it was like.
Helps because there are fewer women, so you naturally will stand out more.
Yeah.
And then also, athletes sometimes prefer talking to women. It just is what it is. So that helps. But at the same time, it hurts because I'm just trying to do my job.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got asked out by athletes. I had PR people even come up and be like, "Hey, this guy wants your number." And I'm like,
boy.
"Nope." And then it makes it rough because then you don't want that athlete to like shut you out for being a bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though I'm just doing my job. So there's a lot of women who would wear like fake wedding rings and stuff. I just was never going to do that.
Yeah.
But then some of them are my friends. I've made really good friends. So it's just, and then in the business itself, it's hard to be a woman in sports. There's not very many of us. And usually like as soon as you get a wrinkle or you actually like demand a decent salary, they can replace you real fast with younger, cheaper.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Did you feel a lot of pressure like having your own television show
No,
with Fair Game?
no. I've been asked that question before. I didn't feel pressure because I just wanted to make it really good, and I felt great about it, and I loved the staff that we hired. I loved the interviews that we did. We got huge guests. I just wanted to do something I felt proud of and that I felt good about. And I knew it's like TV's hard right now. Like you can't go really on ratings because some of the best shows have the worst ratings ever, but they're so good. It just depends on like marketing and
A lot of it lives off like
external
viral
stuff.
clips.
Viral,
too, right?
yeah. Like I cared more about my YouTube numbers than I did about my ratings, and our YouTube was awesome. I got that silver plaque from YouTube.
Oh, for the 100,000. Yeah.
And a lot of our episodes had over 1 million views, so I loved that. Pressure is hard because like, well, who's giving the pressure? Like, who's pressuring me? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
You
I
know?
guess if you just like being like in front like that, it's probably not.
I
a lot
have
of
this
pressure.
weird thing where I don't get nervous ever.
Wow.
It's weird.
That's how I am when I perform. I don't get nervous ever, but I get nervous doing like this.
This?
I was like, oh my God, I got Christine Leahy today. My heart was
So if I used to sing, and so if I was asked to sing, I like in front of 2 people, I'd be terrified. But if it was in front of like 5,000, no problem.
Can you sing for us?
No,
Come on.
absolutely not.
I was doing a little karaoke last night, a little Britney Spears.
Were you?
Yeah.
Oops, I did it again.
Travis, you got a video?
Which
of it
Brit?
yet? Yeah, break out the video. I was pretty hammered.
Usually karaoke involves drinks.
I haven't done karaoke in so long.
I know.
You can't.
But I only do
think
one
about
song.
it. Like karaoke is the worst thing right now because you spit all over the microphone.
That's true. Me and Joey were
We're a
partners,
tag team.
though. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Whether it's Backstreet Boys or little Sheryl Crow.
Picture by Kid Rock and Chip.
I have to listen to that one.
Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. I mean, yeah.
The
list goes on.
possibilities are endless. You got it right there? Yeah. Put it
got
up
it?
to the microphone so everyone can hear
Oh,
how.
this is you karaokeing?
I don't want to say pitch perfect, but pretty.
Where are you? Here?
Now it's in Venice.
You guys look very sober.
Where were you guys?
In Venice. With the Bravo team.
I like how you
Oops,
acted.
Oh, hit me, baby, one more time.
Yeah. There's nothing like a group
Nice.
of drunk men singing Britney Spears.
You know, it's Corona times. Everyone's doing some weird shit these days.
I mean, I would do that.
the time to
pre-corona
experiment.
times.
Oh, that's just normal.
Yeah, it's
for you guys.
absolutely normal.
No girlfriends?
What's
you guys,
that?
You guys don't have girlfriends?
I do.
I
Oh, you
no.
do?
She's currently in the promised land over in Iowa right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, with
Oh, she went home.
She just went home
Oh.
for a week.
Yeah, she
She
went
had
to
enough of
college
you.
with Cam and them.
Oh. Did you go to Iowa also?
I didn't know.
Oh.
I went to school in New York.
Look at this. It's like an Iowa fam.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
Okay.
I know. One of the guys in this house actually is from Iowa as well. He grew up on a farm in Iowa.
If you're from Iowa, you
Probably
pretty
grew
much
up on a farm. Yeah.
farm.
But he grew up on like a farm.
A real farm.
Yeah, like
Okay.
a farm, not like farm adjacent.
Farm adjacent.
We'll be right back with You Never Know, You Know What I Mean, right after this urination break.
Mack Weldon believes in smart design, premium fabrics.
Wait,
and
who we talking about?
Mack Weldon.
Mack Weldon. Keep going.
They believe in smart design, premium fabrics, and simple shopping. I shopped there one time. It was so easy, and the product is so great. And look, Mack Weldon will be the most comfortable underwear, socks, shirts, undershirts, hoodies, and sweatpants, and more than you'll ever wear. They literally have a line of silver underwear and shirts that are just naturally antimicrobial,
And antimicrobial. Keep going.
which means they eliminate odor.
I'll take it from here.
right.
They want you to be comfortable. So if you don't like your first pair of underwear, you can keep it.
Facts.
You can keep it. And they will still refund you, no questions asked. And not only does Mack Weldon's underwear, socks, and shirts look good, they perform well too. And the folks at Mack Weldon have even created their own totally free loyalty program called Weldon Blue. Level 1 gets you free shipping for life, and once you reach level 2 by spending $200, Mack Weldon will start giving you 20% off every order for the next year. So here's what you can do. For 20% off your first order, visit MackWeldon.com/YNK and enter promo code YNK. That's for 20% off. You heard it here, folks.
Did you know? 2 out of 3 guys will experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35.
This is true.
The best way to prevent hair loss is to do something about it while you still have hair left. You can get treated from home. You used to have to go to the doctor's office for your hair loss prescription. Now, thanks to Keeps, you can visit a doctor online and get hair loss medication delivered right to your home. They make it easy and deliver your medication every 3 months. So you can say goodbye to pharmacy checkout lines and awkward doctor visits. And Keeps offers generic versions of the only 2 FDA-approved hair loss products out there. You may have tried them before, but probably never for this price.
Prevention is key. Keeps treatments can take up to 4 to 6 months or more to see results, so it's important to act fast. The sooner you start using Keeps, the more hair you'll save. So find out why Keeps has more 5-star reviews than any of its competitors, and nearly 100,000 men trust Keeps for their hair loss prevention medication. Keeps treatments just start at $10 a month, plus for a limited time you can get your first month for free. So here's what you can do. If you're ready to take action and prevent hair loss, go to keeps.com/YNK to receive your first month of treatment for free. That's keeps.com/YNK. That's KEEPS.com/YNK. And you'll get your first month for free. Hugh, you're a Dixie Chicks fan, yeah?
Okay. Where are you going with this?
Aren't you a Dixie Chicks fan?
I
thought you were.
I don't know. I can't. They covered Landslide, which makes...
Well, anyways, they're changing their name to just the Chicks.
So dropping the Dixie.
Oh.
They're dropping the Dixie because it was like a reference to like Civil War South time stuff.
I never put that together, but yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, and now they're coming out with like
The Chicks.
they're coming out with like activist music.
Really?
They've always been doing that.
Have they?
I mean, I'm not a fan.
I thought you were more of a fan. I guess you're not.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
I didn't know that they were doing activist music.
Yeah, I don't know. I decided today.
Cool.
What Joey is a fan. Do you know he used to be fat, by the way?
No.
Yeah, he used to be super,
For real?
He used to be fat.
Wow.
So I was like a little chubbier.
How much weight did you lose? Like how many pounds?
Like 50.
50 pounds. Yeah.
One of my best friends just lost 130 pounds.
That's
So
crazy.
it's impressive.
Yeah, no,
I
it's
was
very
like
impressive.
always a little, like maybe 5-10 pounds heavier than this, and then like I guess my metabolism just changed to like 24, and I just went pew.
Oh, you got bigger.
Oh yeah,
I
I
thought
put
it
on
was the
I put
other
on
way.
like 40 pounds in like 2 months,
At
and was just like
24.
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't change like my eating. I mean, we were touring a lot, so we were eating like shit and drinking every night.
That'll
Yeah.
usually do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I was like, okay, this is bad, so I got a trainer.
Oh, you and did that work?
Oh yeah, I got like a nutritionist and all that.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to do that.
Yeah.
Speaking of, my trainer was on American Ninja Warrior,
Really?
which you hosted.
I did host American Ninja
How
Warrior.
fucking awesome!
Who was
that?
your trainer?
His name's David Alvarez. He was on, I think, last season.
Oh.
Did he make it through?
He won.
Wow.
I don't know if
He won?
The first episode. I don't.
Oh.
He made it through the qualifiers.
Okay, so he won qualifying. Or
Yeah.
he made it through qualifying. That's a complicated show. It's like regionals, and then you got qualifying rounds, finals rounds, Vegas levels 1 through 4, Mount Midoriyama. Like, it's a thing.
So how do you land that job?
That was
Was that your first before Bill Cower or Colin
Cowherd.
Colin
It
Cowherd.
was like, honestly, I started, it's funny. Did it air before? It was like right around the same time. So I was working for CBS at the time, and the guy who worked at NBC, who was in charge of Unscripted, he saw me on CBS, and 6 months later, actually, no, he called my agent, and then we did just a general meeting. And the guy will tell you too, his name's Brandon Reek at Netflix. Like, I just thought nothing of this general meeting. I was like, oh, cool. Let's like talk about the Redskins, because he's like a Redskins fan. And I'm like,
Yeah.
awesome. That was my first meeting like that. And I had no idea what was going on, and left like, okay, cool. And then 6 months later, randomly my agent called. He's like, remember that general meeting? That was for you to host Ninja Warrior. They're going to ask you to do it.
Wow.
So I thought I could work at Ninja Warrior and CBS at the same time. And CBS said no. They're like, you have to stay. And I was like, nope.
You're like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, so I left, and I went to Ninja Warrior. And then like a month or two later is when I got the job at Fox also. So I could work at Fox and NBC.
Wow.
I appreciate that you guys do laundry like during the day. Nice. Mine makes the same noise. See, she knows it.
the familiarity.
Yeah, she knows. Oh, this is a really...
Oh, you going to sleep?
You're going to rock her to
I memorized the little song.
That's a
it plays.
that's a real
You know the jingle?
song.
It's like a minute and a half long. Just so you really know
Sure
that your
is.
laundry's done. My question with American Ninja Warrior, do they like set up that obstacle course like in multiple cities?
Yeah. So we would shoot.
What the heck is that like? That looks like a bitch to set up.
I didn't set it up.
No, I know that.
think
but,
I
like,
did that.
Did you like see it go down?
Yeah.
They have like roadies that just set it up?
Yeah, it was I'm forgetting the name of the company, but there's a company that does it.
That does all of them.
Yeah. What is the name? I loved those guys and women. But in every city, they would get there obviously before we all did, and they would be setting up these courses. And then in Vegas, it was a massive, massive ordeal.
Yeah.
It was like weeks of putting it together.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to do one of them?
No, I mean, I could have, but
No, but that you didn't.
so I always had
you didn't just
to,
ask,
in order
like-
to introduce what the obstacles were, that was one of my jobs.
Yeah.
I would have to get up on various parts of the course.
Yeah.
And it looks like, I don't know, does it look scary on TV?
Yeah, it looks pretty
It's like 10
intimidating.
Looks very
times
intimidating.
scarier when you're actually on it because it's like way up high
Yeah.
and you're over water and stuff. And I was usually wearing heels
and all like the cameras and people watching and stuff.
that doesn't bother me,
That
but it was
doesn't,
just
no?
it was just massive. And if I broke my nose, that would be really unfortunate for the rest of the season, right?
Yeah.
So I couldn't really do it.
Gotta protect the money.
I'm also really tall, and it's hard to be really tall and really good at those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like little gymnast dudes are good at that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like parkour, rock climbers, parkour.
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 I used to we had an unscripted show on NBC.
You did?
Well, it was
on Esquire, right?
It was on Esquire, which was
Okay.
owned by NBC.
What was it?
It was a show we had with Mike. It was called This Is Mike Stud.
Oh, I feel like I kind of remember that. What did Mike Stud do?
They just followed us on a tour.
Oh,
Yeah. I had a
Okay.
nude scene 3 minutes into episode 1.
congratulations.
I watched
Did
it
that-
with my parents.
How did they feel about that?
Surprisingly supportive.
That's good.
After everything I put them through, that was not much. That was whatever.
Did your career skyrocket after that?
Did my what?
Your career.
My career?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say skyrocket per se.
Okay. Sometimes a nude scene will do that for you.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster ever since.
Okay.
But
That only, what was that, 8 episodes?
yeah,
was-
eight 1 hour episodes. Yeah,
That's huge.
it
Hard
was
to get one of those.
and then Esquire went bankrupt, so no season 2. I know.
Yeah.
It did go bankrupt right after that, didn't it?
Yeah,
It's your fault.
it was our fault.
There you have it. This is Mike Stud killed Esquire.
Joey, this is something that you will know something about because you are a Batman fan, I assume.
Air me out.
I love your random shifts.
Yeah,
Where you're going all over the place.
we're all over the place.
So Batman. Okay.
Batman. I hear Affleck's not coming back.
Yeah.
I hear Michael Keaton's
holding-
coming in as a
Yeah.
68-year-old.
Oh, I love that.
How do you feel about
He's
that?
playing like the mentor to Flash.
Yeah. How do you
But he's
feel?
playing like the one that he played in the 90s. I don't know. It's cool.
How do you feel as Affleck as Batman?
Those movies sucked.
But how do you feel as him? I heard.
Oh, I
that-
liked him.
I heard that he was. I actually haven't watched him, but I heard he was a good Batman, but the movies were
Yeah.
not great.
I'd say that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't ever dislike Affleck in anything, really, do you?
Right.
No, he's good.
Yeah. I enjoyed his new film, The Way Back.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It was
Oh, yeah, it was great.
It's a little
About the
Coach
alcoholic
Carter,
one,
but
right?
it was
What's it about?
it's pretty much Coach Carter, but with Ben Affleck.
And except it's like way darker and he's an alcoholic.
He's like an alcoholic,
He's like a
but-
recovering alcoholic, but he's like
Like I
Coaching
mean, the
the
movie
team.
was okay, but I mean, I like to see him in a dramatic role. Goodwill Hunting's like one of the best.
So good.
Speaking of Boston,
Yeah.
the town.
oh my god,
Great movie.
It's not your fault. It's not your fault, son.
It scared me.
Huey,
the
it's
town.
not your fault. It's not your fault.
Oh, you're really embracing her.
I'd say my favorite Batman was Val Kilmer. I'd say,
Really?
yeah. I think my last name's Kilmer. I think we're blood
That
related
makes
somewhere
sense.
or another.
You look alike.
I look like Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
It's from Top Gun. Iceman. No.
I haven't seen. I'm
She
embarrassed.
has
Can I tell you something? I literally
You're
just
my age. You
watched.
should know Top Gun.
Am I?
I think so. You allowed to say your age?
Yeah, I don't care. You can find it on Wikipedia.
I don't know if it was a lie or not.
No. If I could lie on Wikipedia, I would take rid of all the stuff that's not true.
Anyways, I'm 32.
I'm 33.
Okay.
So
you should know Top Gun.
I just watched Forrest Gump for the first time.
Really?
Front door.
I swear.
Oh my
Really?
God.
I swear. So
Jenny.
Jenny.
yeah, in quarantine, I'm like, I should probably watch like the classics that everyone has seen.
How horrible was Jenny DeForest?
She's the worst.
She was
But
horrible.
she had her own issues. She had her own issues.
She gave him like a pity bang and then dipped.
Is that wrong?
No, I mean, good for him, but I mean, his poor heart.
Well,
What was the thing he said? He goes, I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is.
good.
And that was not
What
her.
about when he goes to her grave?
But
Oh,
that's really sweet.
Yeah.
I think
Anyways,
that's really sweet.
she sucked.
I felt bad for her.
How'd you like the movie though? Pretty great, right?
It was really good, and you know what it was? It made things make sense to me. Like people would quote the movie all the time, and I'm like, yeah, life's like a box of chocolates, and I didn't really know what it meant, or like Bubblegum Shrimp, that place they have one in Long Beach. Like I didn't understand really what the big fuss was, but now it makes like a lot of cultural things make sense to me.
Now you can name 30 different types of shrimps, right?
the restaurant came from the movie, right?
Oh
I would
yeah,
assume
Yeah.
so.
yeah.
I don't think they made a blockbuster movie off of a bubblegum shrimp.
Shrimp place.
They made one off of White Castle.
That's true. That movie was tight.
Oh, that makes me miss White Castle.
I think we got some frozen burgers in there if you want some.
No, thank you.
No. All right.
You actually still get those?
I still
From
get
White
them, yeah.
Castle?
They get the frozen ones at the supermarket.
Oh wow, are they good?
Yeah, they taste just like the real thing.
I feel like I'm gonna make homemade White Castle. Now I'm inspired.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Cam will benefit from that.
Dude, they give you the suitcase. Have you ever got a suitcase at White Castle?
Oh,
it's like
for
20
sure.
of the little mini burgers. They put it in like a.
So like, there's another place called Crystals that's like the same.
That sounds like a strip
It's very
club.
similar.
It
What's
does
that?
sound like a strip club.
Crystals.
Crystals, yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about when we were talking about the NBA
Strip
season.
clubs?
They're right in Orlando, and they got Tampa right next door.
Well, here's the thing.
You
Like,
can get in
are
a lot of
strip
trouble in
clubs-
Tampa.
We talked about that 2 weeks ago on here.
But strip clubs, like, aren't those phase 4? I would think,
Yeah, I guess.
right?
Probably
but
the last
Orlando
phase.
might be.
That's when we
in
know
phase
everything's
4.
back to normal. The strip clubs start up again.
No,
Yeah.
I think in
That's
Vegas.
a good point.
I think in Vegas they kind of did already. Because it's he's like, yes, I know, I've
like,
been
"Yeah, they
there,
did."
I've checked it out, I'm good.
He's like, I just got back.
Yeah. So in Vegas, this is hysterical to me. Apparently, strippers are not supposed to ever make physical contact with anyone. That does not happen.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like, oh yeah, well, strip clubs already
I
are
have 8 cases of pink eye that
non-contact.
says otherwise.
Wow.
Sorry, keep going.
I don't want to know
I'm
how
sorry
that happened.
I'm sorry for asking you to come on here. I just
Well, listen, I've been to strip clubs in Vegas, and there was contact.
I know Tampa though. Like I wouldn't put it that NBA season
you
next to Tampa.
love Tampa.
It's one of the greatest cities ever.
Tampa.
Yeah, it's
I feel
amazing.
like if your personality
So
was
Tom
a
Brady
city,
is
it would
about
be
to have a
Tampa.
great time.
Yeah, that's why I can't be mad. It's
Gronkowski,
like
he'll be happy.
Yeah, I mean, especially Gronk. Oh my God, he's gonna have a field day in Tampa.
No, he has a great girlfriend.
I know. She was
Camille.
on this
She
show.
was on the
Can I
show.
say-
was?
It's the one I sent you.
I love
Camille
her.
was the only other female guest on this podcast besides you.
I love that it's me and her.
Yeah.
You know, I met her. So I was at the it's like a Sports Illustrated Awards, and I was walking down. I felt really bad about this. I was like walking down the carpet doing the interviews, and then Camille was there. I was like, oh my gosh, you're Gronk's girlfriend. And as soon as it came out of her mouth,
Yeah,
I was
she
like,
loves
that's
to be
the
referred to
worst.
as-
Like, I would hate that. And she's like, yeah, but I also am. And I'm like, I know. And then I felt really bad, but she's so cool and so sweet. And then we wound up running into each other at like 2 more events. She's such a cool person.
She's the best.
Really cool.
You should watch her episode. It was one of our first
will.
episodes.
When I asked her to do the podcast, she's like, what's it about? And I was like, oh, here's an episode. And I sent it. And afterwards I was just thinking, I just sent her the only girl reference out of all I could have chose.
No, I'm in good
I
company.
want to get more girl guests on the show.
You should.
Yeah.
Their girls are pretty cool.
I mean, I don't want to jump the gun, but we may be getting Nicole Aniston here in a couple days. She's a porn star. She's a self-made woman.
So it's going to be me, a Sports Illustrated model, and a porn star.
Larry King was also on here.
Was Larry King on?
Yeah.
Hey,
Our
that
show-
I
our
bet was
show's
a
fucking all over
great. No. So I actually had a porn star on my show. I had Lisa Ann on my show.
We reached out. She didn't respond.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah. Can you help us out?
Oh, no, I will. She's
I've been
awesome.
in contact with her.
Have you talked to her?
She's not gonna be back in LA until August, but
No
she's
way.
down when she's back. We're DMing.
Yeah. If she
No,
could,
she's
if she
fantastic.
could put in a good word, you know?
She's fantastic. I had her on my show. I was so excited about it, and it was crazy because I went to go DM her too, and she was already following me. She
Yep.
was like a fan of mine.
Wow.
So I was like, wow, this is great. And,
What an honor.
right? And
Yeah.
so she came on the show, and there was so much more that I wanted to talk to her about that I couldn't on Fox. But she
We
was
can come back when we.
great. I'll be here.
All right.
Can
She
you
was an
interview
amazing
her on
guest.
our show?
Yes.
We'll just kick Mike out and be like, all right, you two, just chop it up.
Well, yeah. I mean, you got to read her book before you
All right. I'll read her book.
do the interview. Great.
Is it like a tell-all? Like it says,
It's like, you just read the book.
all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know how we got here.
Because we were talking about like, Gronk and Tom Brady. They
Oh,
were gonna
yeah.
have
When I
fun
said
in
Gronk was going
Tampa,
to have a
and-
field day in Tampa, I didn't mean he's just going to be
Oh,
banging a bunch of salutes. I just mean he's going to be like partying and stuff because there's a lot
I
to
mean,
party.
if Corona's over, like what are they gonna do?
I know. I don't know.
Are they
It's-
even gonna be able to play an NFL season?
Yes.
Yeah, don't
With
joke about
fans?
that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
no
I don't
fans.
think with anyone in the stands, but
It's gonna be
it's going to be weird. I mean,
It's gonna be
I just
super
got
weird.
used to the UFC fights with no people.
They're
here.
very,
Yeah.
very weird.
and they were weird, but you can like really hear the contact, which is pretty cool. You know?
Oh.
Football's gonna be weird.
Ooh, oh, that you're gonna hear some contact.
Yeah, football with no fans in the
Football with
stands.
no
I think they
Fan?
should put the players like all mic'd up. That would be great.
That'd be
All of them
insanely
mic'd up.
entertaining.
Or
Like
they
I
should-
want to hear what goes on in the pile.
And they should
like,
play at like high school fields. Because
why not? Yeah.
Why not? Right?
Why not? I bet you they wouldn't like the locker rooms though.
Probably not.
no.
Probably not up to par.
Oh yeah, we were talking about movies before this. There's another trending thing going on right now where people are saying like their favorite movie theater experiences.
Oh.
Do you guys have one?
Wait, is yours coming to? But did you come to one of my movie theater?
I did come.
experiences?
That's when
Please
we
tell
met.
me that's the best.
That's
one.
when we met. Okay, okay.
You were in the Entourage movie, weren't you?
I was.
You
Yeah,
were?
sweet.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Wait. If
I
was
think
it
that's
was
when I
my
met you.
your was that your favorite movie theater experience?
My favorite movie theater experience
When I
is
say
either that or Avengers Endgame, but only because I love that shit.
when I say experience,
But-
like not a whole movie, not like the favorite movie you've been to, like the
oh,
favorite
absolutely with her.
the favorite moment within a movie theater.
Yep.
You know, like of a movie. You know?
Absolutely with her.
Tell me about it.
You want to tell us?
No, go.
You had a deal with iPic, right?
It was with it's a company. When they have their movie come out in the movie theater, they would have me host private screenings
Sweet.
at whatever movie theater I wanted, and I love iPic because why wouldn't you like iPic?
Yeah.
And then go ahead.
And I'm good friends with her brother, so he invited us, and we get there, and you have a waiter,
Yeah.
and it's free paid tab, alcohol, food. So I mean, we
They got
abused-
wasted.
We got
I was
wasted.
like, I had my
I ordered everything on the menu.
Can I get a Jack Daniels
and I
with
was
a
just
splash
like,
of
"Oh,
vodka?"
nice to meet you, Christine. Bye. Thank you for
I had
everything."
the staff for my show there too, and then it was like so. It was like my staff. Then it was my friends,
It was
and
an
then it was
open bar movie.
Cam's friends.
What was the movie?
Cam's
Knives
friends
Out.
got wasted.
Knives Out. So good.
So good.
Oh my
The movie
God.
was great too. Oh, we got
Daniel
absolutely
Craig
wasted.
absolutely shut it down.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That
I
was- yeah,
I read
those
an
were fun.
interview where like he talked about not wanting to take the James Bond role because he'd be just typecasted and pigeonholed after that. I'm sure he's glad he did because he probably made a boatload of money. But then I'm like, I'm glad to see him in another role that's not James Bond that he absolutely slays.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with James Bond. It's not a James Bond character. It's like, what does he have? Like a Creole accent?
Side note: he's great in Logan Lucky.
Is that a good
he
movie?
plays a West Virginian.
It's
He's
good.
a complete hillbilly.
Oh, is
I'm
that
from West Virginia, by the way.
is that with Channing?
hmm
Yeah, I saw that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
He's
movie.
pretty good in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably my most fun movie.
That
Okay,
was
good,
your
I'm glad.
most fun. All right.
Dude, we had a complete open bar, full food, great
That's pretty
host.
cool. Oh, thank you.
But besides the atmosphere, like watching a movie, what was your favorite like moment of a movie that you watched?
You were there with me. I about cried. Avengers Endgame. Captain America picks up Thor's hammer.
I haven't seen it either.
Robert Downey Jr. dies. Spoiler.
Huh.
I don't even have to think about that question. I cried man tears.
Wow.
What about you?
What about you? Yeah.
My
Just waved me off. I thought she went
She's like fucking nerd.
a fucking minute.
my first kiss was at a movie theater.
Wow.
So that was memorable or not. It was actually really bad.
Yeah, it's always bad.
Not true.
The first kiss is always. I mean, it's good, but it's like it's a mess, right?
Not
No?
always true.
Did you crush it?
No, but he didn't crush it. It
Yeah,
was
the guy never crushes
disgusting.
it. Yeah.
Sorry. Like I don't know. He's
You want to drop his name?
no. His name is Matt.
Matt, you weren't that good.
I'm sure he's just fine now. So that was one. But one of the other movies I just watched is one of my like classics I need to watch was Aaron Brockovich.
Oh, I just watched that.
Yeah, I think I just rewatched it.
Yeah,
also.
I cried during Aaron Brockovich. So
Right on.
I
yeah.
cried during My Dog Skip.
Oh my gosh, did you ever see Marley and Me?
Yeah, they're both
Okay.
they're both nightmares in movies.
Marley
if you
and
like, if you
Me-
like dogs.
So that came out on I think Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Like what is wrong with them? And so I think it was my mom and I went to go see Marley and Me.
Okay, but that's a book, so like you knew how that.
No, I didn't know who.
Okay,
read the
yeah,
book before you go to the
point.
movie,
I
like,
wouldn't
half
have
the
read
Who
time.
reads, fucking nerd?
So
I'm a really cool guy. I'm just gonna throw that
no,
out
I
there.
read a lot of books. Like there's some books that are better than the movie, but like no one was reading Marley and
Yeah,
Me
no one was
and then
reading-
going
yeah,
to no.
you're right.
And
Yeah.
on Christmas Day, absolutely not. So I think my brothers and my dad were going to see like some action movie, and my mom and I went to go see Marley and Me, thinking we were going to watch some like nice pet movie on Christmas Day.
Nope.
We're not, obviously. Like spoiler alert. And then next to us, there's 3 little girls that were there, just bawling their eyes out the whole movie. Like their whole day had been ruined. And I went home and I hugged my dog so hard.
Yeah, it's cruel, man.
It's so sad.
You lost a pet before?
Yeah.
It's bad. I cried so much. Like my beagle, my childhood beagle, Nelson. Don't laugh. he
Just something about my
he,
childhood.
He passed
beating
in like
Nelson.
2015 or 2016. It was
It's
sad.
the worst
man.
thing ever.
I had him since I was like 12. You know,
Right?
Yeah.
I had Jersey. So Jersey was a pug too, but Jersey, I got her when I was 16. She lived in Chicago, Boston, LA with me, like 5 different boyfriends, many, many jobs, many apartments. And then she died January 2nd, 2019.
You remember the day?
Yeah, because it was right after New Year's. We were in San Antonio
that makes
together.
sense.
We actually went to a Celtics game on New Year's Eve
Yeah.
in San Antonio. And then we flew back and then she died.
Man.
And I can hold my shit together on TV through anything. But when she died, you can see there's like a handful of episodes that we shot around that time. You can just see that my face is like
Yeah.
swollen. I had been crying.
I don't blame
And then
you.
the worst thing was like the set was like a couch and then another couch, and we shot it in a house too.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would be looking at the guest, but behind the guest was a huge window, and there'd be people walking their dogs.
Oh Christ.
And I'm like trying to pay attention to this guest talking about whatever, and there's like
That's all you
dogs
can think
walking
about.
by.
That's all you
Yeah,
can think
and
about,
I would
yeah.
go, and then I would cry, and it was horrible.
Now, were you there when was the dog? Did it die of natural causes, or did you put it to sleep, or
Both.
both?
Yeah, it was like
Were you there when it happened?
yeah.
See, I was when Nelson was put to sleep. He was in Boston. I was in Los Angeles. So like my family FaceTimed me, and I had to say bye to him over FaceTime.
Ugh, it's
Oh
like
my-
right now.
It was horrible. Oh my god.
Oh,
I don't know how we
we
got here
went
either.
to like a really sad like.
All right, well, I'll talk about my favorite movie theater
This
experience.
is Daisy though. Daisy
This is
makes
Daisy.
me really happy.
Well, this is Daisy Olivia.
Oh, Daisy Olivia.
Yeah,
So we were at my brother. Was it?
This is when we became best
Let me
friends.
ask you guys a question.
yeah.
Was that night to celebrate Cameron's birthday?
Yeah, that was Cameron's
It was.
birthday. It was.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I just never know. So, okay, we were celebrating Cameron's birthday.
Mhm.
And you kept referring to her as Olivia. And eventually I was like,
I was holding her all night.
her name is Daisy.
It's the most me thing I've ever done.
Like, I
was just calling her Olivia all night.
don't know why.
She looks like an Olivia.
She does
Right.
look like
and
an
I was
Olivia.
like, that actually works. So her name is Daisy Olivia.
She renamed
Dio.
Yeah.
Dio
She's
after.
Daisy Olivia.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
What a cutie.
That's because of me.
My favorite movie theater moment. Thanks for asking. Was
Sorry.
when I watched. Fuck.
Why are we talking about movie theater moments? Like, it's not like we can do it now.
No, I know.
Or we're
But
just like reminiscing.
because we miss it.
there was a trending thing online where everyone's talking about
Oh,
their
okay,
favorite
makes sense,
experiences, and
makes
it got
sense.
me thinking like, what was my favorite experience? And it was what was that Seth Rogen animated
can I
movie
drink
with the
more
food?
rosé?
Yes,
Okay,
I
cool.
got that bottle for you.
Thank you. I love
Well,
that.
I
I'm
didn't
the
get that
only
bottle.
one
Joey,
drinking
what's that
rosé.
movie called?
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party. You
Oh.
have a poster in your apartment.
I have a poster in my
it
bathroom.
framed for some reason.
It's painting a terrible picture of me. Yes, I do have that.
Dude, the end of that movie, dude. I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. When all the
Dude, don't even talk.
when all the
about
food fucks each other.
Oh,
Did you see
it.
that
Have you ever
movie?
seen it? It's the weirdest
Sausage
thing
I
ever.
Party?
heard about that movie.
Like the most grotesque animated orgy of like
who made
food.
it? It was like
Seth Rogen.
Seth Rogen. Yes.
The movie was actually NC-17, and the way they made it they had to remove pubes from the food in that scene. I heard a whole interview. They're like, it was NC-17, but they told us we just had to remove the pubes from the food having
shouldn't
sex,
have
and we were just
pubes.
like, okay.
Food should not
Weird
have pubes.
rules.
I was in the theater and I'm like I was so disgusted that I couldn't look away, and I'll never forget that moment for the rest of my life. I think that was like cinematic history. I really think it was.
Okay. I'm
Like-
talking about like Forrest Gump over here.
Yeah,
And
I mean, you guys are
you're-
taking sad moments, Marley
Yeah.
and me. Like, no, and like
Hot dogs.
a bunch of hot dogs fucking each other. Oh my god, I can't believe. And another interesting fact, just because I'm kind of a film buff, they didn't do like a press junket for that movie.
what would the press junket be?
I don't know, like that's
like
what they,
In-N-Out Burger.
that's what they do to
Sponsored
promote
by
the film.
In-N-Out?
Is they go like
Do
these
they for animated?
Oh, I don't know, but like usually for most films, they do like heavy press junkets where they have to do like hundreds and hundreds of the same fucking interview.
Yeah.
And Seth Rogen was like, "Yeah, we didn't do a press junket for Sausage Party, and it still made like over $100 million."
That's so
He's
cool.
like, "I guess you don't have to do those."
No.
How would you do a press junket for that movie?
There's so many actors in that movie too.
Yeah, but that
Like the voices.
Mm-hmm.
that was like one of the first like dirty animated films. You know,
Team America.
Are there
back
others?
in the day?
Team
South
America,
Park.
like not really animated though. Like
Yeah, that was puppets.
it's
South
puppets.
Park.
South Park, Bigger, Longer, Uncut. I think holds the
Oh,
record for
baby.
like most curse words. It's up there. And then Eight Crazy Nights, Adam Sandler. That
Oh
was,
yeah,
like,
that wasn't that dirty. That was
Reindeer were like
PG-13.
shitting everywhere. I remember. I watched that when I was like 12.
I haven't seen these.
Yeah, you didn't see Sausage Party? All right, you have to go home and watch it and then text me. what
Add
you
that
think.
to my
There's
class
literally
list.
the
for
last
watching
30
quarantine.
minutes is all the food having an orgy. and
It's not 30 minutes, but it's
I
like
feel like
It
I
feels
did.
like
It feels
30. It feels
I
like
think I
30
maybe
minutes.
did see it actually.
you would remember. Like I've been to maybe like 500 movies in my life. If that's what I remember, like most. And I saw Titanic in theaters, and this beats out Titanic.
You saw Titanic in theater?
Oh, I did
yeah,
too.
99, I think.
Yeah.
I might have been too
I
young.
went with my
for that.
family. I went with my parents.
That makes sense.
I have a
Yeah.
good story about my brother and Titanic.
Oh, I want to hear it.
So it was both my brothers. So we saw Titanic in the movie theater, and my parents had seen it before us, and they knew when like the naked scene was coming when she's like, "Paint me like one of your French girls" or whatever.
That he did.
So my dad was like, "Oh, let's go to the bath." Like they had perfectly timed it to leave the movie theater, so they would miss that scene, right?
Wow.
Then it comes out on, was it VHS or DVD at the time? I don't know.
Yeah.
So we had the movie. I think we rented it from Blockbuster, and we went out one day, and we came back, and my brothers had paused it like at that part of the movie.
Wow.
Oh, I absolutely did that.
Is there anything more awkward than watching a nude sex scene of a movie with your parents?
I went to see. Oh, okay. I have two great stories of that. 8 Mile. Remember 8 Mile?
Yeah, they fucking like the fact.
Brittany
the-
I
Murphy
saw
and
that with
Eminem?
my dad
yeah, that's
in the
like-
movie theater.
Yeah. They
Then-
get down to
Wholesome
the
family
factory.
film.
I took my grandmother to see Knocked Up because I thought it was like a sweet story about a woman who like
It is a
had
sweet
a baby.
story. It is a sweet story.
But
I saw Wedding
My-
Crashers with mine.
right, like my grandmother will never live that
you know,
down.
you know what my favorite line of Knocked Up is?
What?
It's not herpes if it's everywhere.
Oof.
I think I say that once a week.
God.
You just walk around saying that?
It's not herpes if it's everywhere.
That might not give you the best.
And you can't get a girl pregnant if she's on
reputation.
top because of gravity.
That's
I don't know about that one.
No, it's in the movie. It's like,
Oh.
man, that movie is just so good. It's so good.
that is a good movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can end this.
Oh, we're ending on that note. Okay.
Yeah, we can end on that note. Any closing statements?
No, I got nothing. Thank you for coming
You,
on.
you
You're
have to
awesome.
you have to
Oh,
close the
thank
show out. You have
You
to close
close the show.
out.
You're the host. I got
What-
demoted.
How do you close the show?
However you
Oh,
want.
before we leave, I guess since I'm here, I didn't die yesterday.
Oh yeah, talk this. Tell the story real quick.
I woke up yesterday and I checked Instagram, and it's just flooded with people saying "rest in peace" on my last photo.
What?
And I just wake up and I'm like, "What the
like,
fuck is going on?"
Am I alive?
I was like, Twitter, people are saying "rest in peace." I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" This rapper named Huey, who had the song "Pop Lock and Drop It" in 2006, was shot.
No way.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it's a great song.
And I guess when you search Huey, I'm the first rapper that comes up. So everybody thought it was me.
No.
And nobody was like clicking the articles. My mom called me.
No.
My friend, like people I work with, were getting texts from people like, I know you worked with Huey. I'm really sorry to hear about his passing. So all day yesterday, I'm just getting flooded with people thinking I died.
That's horrible.
It was like a weird day yesterday.
But now you know how much you're loved,
It's true.
right?
Some
Yeah.
people don't get to smell the roses.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
man.
like that's a nice story.
Yeah, but like when you wake up and you're just like, what the fuck? Everybody thinks I'm dead.
One time I dreamed in London, I had a nightmare. Because you get to experience yourself dying, right?
Dreamt?
I was in London. I don't know if it was a nightmare or a dream, but
Dreamt?
I watched myself die on TV. Like I was in the experience
And
and
you
I
watched
was
the
going
experience.
to die.
Well, I'm-
and then it transformed me into, I was in like my bed and my friend was there and I watched myself die on TV.
How was it?
And then I started like gradually disappearing. It was really weird. And like, I was like, can you see me still, to my friend? And my friend's like, yeah, but not too much anymore. And then like my parents came because I called them like, I think you guys need to come over. I'm going to disappear pretty soon. Like this is your chance. And then my dad could see me, but my mom couldn't. And then no one could see me.
Wow.
It was really
Did
weird.
you look up like what? I'm really big.
Oh,
I'm really
yeah.
big into like dreams.
Dreams mean so much. It's your
Yeah.
subconscious
Oh, it's
processing
crazy.
things.
What do you think that means?
Well, it was very accurate.
I think it means you have chlamydia.
No, what?
I read it somewhere.
No.
If you watch yourself die on TV, I think you have chlamydia.
Absolutely not.
I read an article. Yeah.
It means that no, it doesn't. It was no, it was like whenever you like
Speaking
die.
of chlamydia,
Yeah.
Oh God.
not to cut you off. Yes, make your point.
have you ever told the story on the podcast of when you got tested in Wheat?
Yeah, like one of the first episodes.
Oh, did you?
I almost wanted to bring it up when you were talking about like the skewer you
I
had
was
to
thinking
stick up
it.
your nose.
That's how they tested you for chlamydia?
Well, I used to live in West Hollywood, and I would go to the LGBT center to get tested because it was free.
Okay.
And like in my mind, I was like, I didn't know. Like, this is gonna sound so bad. I don't know if you had to be like a gay
Were you a
man.
frequent visitor?
I went every couple months to get tested there because it was free.
That's good.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Responsible.
anyways, part of the test, they give you like a long consultation, like a lot of questions asking if you have sex with men, and I'm like, no. And like, does men have sex with you? I'm like, no. And there's like 50 questions of that. And then they tell you the test. They're like, all right, you're gonna pee in this cup, and then they hand me like a Q-tip that's like yay long, and I'm like, what's that for? And he's like, oh, this is for like the rectal swab. I'm like, I don't know what to say. I was flustered. I don't want to be rude. I don't want to be like, oh, why do I need a rectal swab? I was just, it was free and I was about it. So I'm like, I guess I'm sticking this up my ass.
Oh, you did it yourself?
They said like 3 to 4 inches. And this is like, this broke my butt cherry. I never stuck anything in my butt before. Or like, like I'm not into that kind of thing. Like I'm not into it. I'll come out and say it. I mean, people probably think otherwise when they meet me, but I'm not into it. And you have to administer it yourself, which I don't know if that's better or worse. So like I'm in like the outside of the bathroom in the waiting room. Meanwhile, they're playing like awesome jams in the waiting room.
Okay.
Awesome jams. It's like just like EDM nonstop in that waiting room. So that's what I'm hearing. And then I'm reading the directions. It's like the fold out instructions. I'm like how you administer this rectal swab. And at the end of the day, I probably got like a half an inch in there.
Okay.
Felt like 4, probably a half an inch.
Did you do enough that you could get a good test?
You'd hope so.
Okay.
At the end of the day, though, I knew I didn't have any diseases in my butthole.
Now you're certain.
But you still did it.
Now I'm certain.
All right.
And then, anyways, I've been back like 4 times since, and I have to do the same thing every time.
Oh, now you're a pro.
It gets easier every time.
I'm sure.
It's true what they say. It's true what they say. It's easier after the first time.
And on that note, thank you, Christine.
Have another glass of rosé. Enjoy yourself.
Thank you guys. This was great.
This is why we don't have female guests. You've been a sport. You've been a good sport.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for your service in the city of Boston. We all appreciate it.
Yeah, my service.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. And all right, that's it.